What's up, people, and welcome back to another episode of Wresthings House. And on the couch today, we've got Knowledge and Jimmy, Nina Samuels and Sid Scala, and Chris the Capo and myself, Mex. And we will be watching Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle, an absolute banger of a match. Let's get into it.
Okay. I haven't seen this match since I watched it live, and this is a really good match, I remember. Absolutely excellent match.
I last saw it like a few weeks ago.
You watched it a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
shit. So you just know what's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spot for word, bar for bar.
Have you seen this before?
I have, yeah. So I wasn't watching wrestling at the time as it was happening, but because I watched wrestling because of my older brothers and they're gone away to uni by this point. But I watched it later in life. So I heard a funny story. So the reason why Rey took so long to come out there was because he'd lost his mask under the ring.
Oh, God.
So they were like, he was waiting under the ring and they were like, yeah, it's time. And they couldn't find his mask.
No.
So they had to use like the monitor as the light to quickly try and find it. So Kurt's just there like waiting in the ring. Like, what's going on?
Fair enough. I never even knew that. This is his first pay-per-view match. Did you know that? Rey's.
Yeah.
First WWE pay-per-view match.
Because Chavo was his debut, is that right?
Yeah, that was SmackDown.
Yeah.
But like, this is one of my favorite matches ever. And this is 100% my favorite pay-per-view WWE history. Like this pay-per-view is stacked.
Mysterio reversed it, and quickly Kurt Angle goes for the ankle of Rey Mysterio. Here it is, the ankle lock.
I think slyly, if you look at like kind of all genres,
Yeah.
Kurt Angle might be the greatest.
Facts. 100%.
I think he's the greatest to ever do this.
100%.
Mic, ability, all of them things.
This was Ray. This is after when he debuted off jumping off of the cage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's there jumping out the sky?
Would you rate Kurt Angle? In terms of just like your favourites, or if you do like him?
He is top 10, fam. He is top 10. Like, he's probably one of my favorite all-time wrestlers because he can do everything as well.
He can.
He's so versatile.
Mad thing was about this match, I remember when this match got booked,
Yeah.
there were loads of people nervous about this match because they didn't know if Kurt could work lucha.
Oh, I swear. Don't he can do moonsaults though, clean as well.
It's about working lucha is different because they work on the different side. Ray can do both, to be fair, but it's still different in terms of like taking moves like that.
Wow, what a move. What a maneuver.
Because what else we have? Like, it's Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Triple H,
Street
Shawn's
Fight.
return.
Yeah.
It's the moment where Brock wins the title for the first time.
Yeah.
You got like Jericho and Flair in a match. Eddie and Edge working. It's stacked. It's like Hall of Fame card.
Super stacked.
That's with the aluminium foil.
Aluminium drip.
So he used to have the one-aways as well. The attires were usually one-aways.
Yeah.
I remember when he had the Gucci one and the Louis Vuitton
Louis
one.
Vuitton
What?
thing, yeah.
Drippy, drippy.
Drippy. Oh, my man, I drippy. Man, like SPAC Nation Ray and that.
I was using types that ended up buying time. My drip is a talent.
Drip is a talent.
Kurt is so bold.
Kurt was going through it too at this point.
What, with the hair?
Neck.
Oh.
His neck was a mess at this point.
Yeah. It's true. I remember, was this before Brock? Before the match with Brock?
Yeah. This was, he broke his neck. God, when did he break? He broke his neck in February the next year.
Yeah,
that was the first time in WWE he broke his neck. He already broke it before. Mm-hmm. But here he was hurting at this point, his knees as well.
Oh, yeah. Because it was in that handicap match in No Way Out, innit? Against Brock and...
Edge got hurt in that one too?
Edge always gets hurt though, isn't he? You might as well be having...
I just love the pace as well because so it's Rey, a lot of the fans would have known Rey from WCW, but this is almost like a reintroduction for a lot of fans, and then there is going to be that part of the audience that haven't seen him before, and they've got him in there with Kurt Angle. They couldn't have a better opponent for him, and the way that they pace this out is like Kurt just slows the game down, just takes control, but then every time Rey gets an opening, it's like a million miles an hour, all over the place, and the building just come unglued every time, and I love that.
It started off so high pace as well, with Rey catching him off guard.
619. No.
What was your favourite version of Kurt Angle? You got to think, there was Olympic gold medalist. There was this one.
Was this Team Angle?
This is Team Angle, Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
that's
you
the
had
favourite.
Extreme Angle. That was just on crap. With the mouthpiece. And then also you got Perk Angle as well.
No, I didn't watch a lot of TNA, so I don't know much about Perk Angle, apart from things I watched back.
Yeah.
I think Team Angle, Kurt Angle was just
That was another level, man.
different level, man.
That was Brock
Different
Lesnar,
level.
Big Show.
All of them ones, yeah.
Ray, I haven't seen Rey Mysterio wrestle in ages, but when he come back, because he hadn't been on TV for a while, I was really happy with how he looked. He fit in this company so well, like so well.
Are you talking about when he came back at the Rumble?
No, I'm talking about now, because he showed up in June of 2002 in WWE. So what happened was when WCW went out of business, he had about a year left in his Time Warner contract, and after that, he went to Mexico and he was working in Mexico. But there was issues about it because Jim Ross wanted them, but no one else did.
Because he's too small, right?
Yeah, so Jim Ross really had to sell him to Vince McMahon. And in the end, it was about selling the masks. That's what Jim Ross said got Vince.
I've stole this a couple of times in my in my heyday. Whee!
They sell the size difference so well as well. Like, Kurt makes him work for everything.
To work with the suplex on Rey Mysterio. How about the courage of a Rey Mysterio facing a man with the...
I love Kurt Angle's like work as, you know, when he's the bad guy, because even though he's so good at getting hate from the crowd, like he's still an Olympic gold medalist, so he can still just like, you know, you got to have your wits about you if you're in the ring with him.
Yeah.
He was going through it, hella drugs.
Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle was...
He was good, yeah, he was definitely good.
Beat Stone Cold, beat The Rock, beat Undertaker.
They literally put the rocket to him.
The Hell in a Cell.
Within 2 years, this guy was beating all the top guys.
Yeah, facts. You got to think, remember he was the Eurocontinental champion.
So do you have any of these two in your top 5, top 10?
Nah, but that's not a knock on them, because Ray is like a legend. He's like a proper legend, bro. Like, Ray changed wrestling. Like Ray, you gotta understand it. The Rey Mysterio you see here, he's wedge, bro. When he showed up in '96 in WCW, he was so thin.
Yeah.
Like, he was so thin. Like, and you know, they were laughing at him in WCW. The other wrestlers were making fun of him.
I remember Kevin Nash just darted him on the back.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
They were mocking him because he was so small. Like, but Kurt Angle's just an absolutely amazing wrestler.
One of the very best.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the very
Especially with his level. He's only been wrestling full time here like 3 years.
Yeah, because he started in like, I think 99?
98, sorry, 98, so 4 years.
98, 99.
He started 98.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm talking to there. He's just like controlling it. And people remember this match as being super fast paced and super like high energy, but at least 60% of it is like this, you know, and it's that contrast that we see where, you know, give it another 30 seconds, we'll get another moment from Ray, and it would just be like, you just see everybody going wild in the background.
Because the match itself is only, what, like 10, 12 minutes?
I think it's about nine and a half.
But, like, the amount that it's talked about. I've heard, like, Ray and Kurt both say that this was, like, their favourite match that they ever had with each other. It's just, yeah, the energy was just something else.
Well, this was Kurt's favourite match until he wrestled Shawn Michaels at Mania 21.
Was it?
Remember trying to play with Rey Mysterio on Here Comes the Pain? The biggest myth.
You know what's so good about Here Comes the Pain? But you couldn't lift people that were heavier than you, innit?
It was realistic, bro.
Yeah, very realistic.
Now to the lower back of Rey Mysterio. Look out! Angle's in trouble. Can't make the rope. Mysterio cover.
Rey Mysterio, best skate.
So, and it's fast as well, fam.
Very fast.
I'm thinking, look at this. Do you know what Rey Mysterio used to remind me of? Remember in school, yeah? We used to have the guy, the one pussy who would say something. You know the ones there who would be across the playground. See, makes you a prick. You would chase him, punch him up. Then after he would somehow smother his way out of it and stuff. What makes you still a prick? I just punched you up, fam. What are you doing, bro?
Never give up.
Never giving up, bro.
That undefeated attitude.
That's what I'm saying.
He's one of the few wrestlers that proper took to it quick. Like
Yeah,
him, Rock, Orton. you know, they just took to it and they knew, like, they almost knew everything, like, from the beginning.
Yeah, so, yeah, especially Brock.
Oh my days! I even forgot Brock Lesnar.
Brock main evented this show.
Yeah, at 25.
Yeah, he main evented this show against The Rock.
But not everyone can do what Brock can do at 25, you know.
And now Kurt Angle continues the pressure in the small.
And I believe he got together with Eddie Guerrero beforehand because he hadn't like done a lot of the stuff that Rey does before.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he hadn't done a lot of the kind of like more lucha libre style. So, you know, Eddie's probably Eddie and Rey is another famous match. Oh, good God.
Even when he came as well, I swear they didn't even give him like the cruiserweight championship straight away.
No, he didn't.
He was fighting
Really
all
worked
that.
for
Yeah,
it.
he was fighting the I was about to say the big guys, but that's a bit yo. That's a bit yo.
The big guys.
Yo.
It's really impressive what Ray's done because if you'd have told me when he signed with WWF that he was going to have so much success, I thought you were crazy. Never saw that coming. But he's had a hell of a career.
Would you? I know you said he like changed the business, but do you believe he's like the first of his kind to make it in WWE?
Yes. Being that small? Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. I never realized how short he was.
Bro, you see Rey Mysterio.
Like obviously you know,
so tiny.
but he's even shorter than build. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Ray was like... Another thing I just remembered as well, because Vince didn't want him and Jim Ross had to sell him. You know, Jim Ross had to sell Vince McMahon on Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
He didn't want either of them. He wanted Perry Saturn. That was the one guy he wanted.
Perry Saturn?
Yeah.
Of the Radicals, he was I would have thought...
When all four of those guys were available, the one wrestler that Vince McMahon wanted was Perry Saturn.
Do you know where it might be? Because Perry Saturn was really about it, innit?
He's big.
Yeah, he was about it. Yeah, he was about it.
Decent size. He had those weird eyes or whatever. And he looked like a maniac. That's
his
the one
eyes
that
were
Vince
very...
wanted.
They were in a disagreement. His eyes were in conflict, man. God bless him, though.
Yeah, he's had it rough, but...
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so Jim Ross had to sell Vince McMahon on Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero, so... You know, they're much bigger than Ray.
Yeah.
Battling back. There's the reversal. Mysterio in the corner. Look at this. Oh, and Kurt Angle.
It's so natural, yeah, like the way our Kurt blocks are there, like I said, it just makes Ray have to work for everything. So he keeps nearly getting something and then not quite.
Here he is again, full control.
When I heard Ray telling the story about the mask under the ring, he was saying that the first move he did in the match, at the time he hadn't done that move for ages.
Yeah.
So he was
It's a
really
wild one,
nervous
yeah.
about that. But then as soon as the first move was done, he was like, right, nerves completely gone.
Yeah, the sick entrance, that little pop out the stage thing he used to
come
do.
on,
like,
man.
who's
Classic.
there jumping
Isn't
on
that
the
this
sky?
guy? Oh, that guy got PRS, man.
Just-
I thought it was Rey Mysterio who actually was saying that tune.
It's crazy. Kurt Angle didn't think he'd work as a heel. Have you heard that story?
No, tell me. I don't remember.
Well, it was on his WWE 24, right? And Vince McMahon was like, when you do your match against, I think, Sean Stasiak, dead, innit? I was going to say, but I didn't want to be that guy. But yeah, he was stank. But yeah, when he was having his match with Sean Stasiak, he was like, make sure you like kind of be a bit condescending to the crowd. And Kurt was like, no, but they're going to boo me. And Vince was like, yeah, exactly. And Kurt was thinking, I'm an Olympic hero. I'm an Olympic champion. They can't boo me. They can't, boy. Boy.
The thing with Kurt though is I remember because that was November '99, and God, February 2000, he was having like really good matches.
That was a really great counter. No, sorry, yeah, sorry.
No, he was having like really good matches by February 2000, like just 3 months after he showed up on television. Like the guy, and he won the title a year later.
I remember thinking that's like the quickest title win I'm ever gonna see because he did it so quickly. And then Brock,
Where did Brock showed up in April and he won in August. So like, yeah,
that's mad. Wow.
they were invested in Brock big time.
Oh,
I remember this.
Yeah, I was literally about to say this is my
yeah.
favorite, one of my favorite spots of all time.
Oh, here comes Mysterio! Whoa! Over the top rope. Rey Mysterio.
Like Guerrero and Ray had the Halloween Havoc match, 5 years prior, which is probably, one of Ray's most famous pay-per-view matches as well. And I think that's why Kurt wanted to get together with Eddie beforehand to no better person. If you're gonna, how do I have a good match with Rey Mysterio? There's no better person to ask.
I know, like that Halloween Havoc match. I've seen plenty of tributes to that match in NXT UK matches as well.
Yeah.
This was SummerSlam 2002, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Brock Lesnar,
Main
Triple H,
event.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
This was the Undertaker in this. Was it him against Booker T or something? I'm not
I
sure.
remember.
I never really liked SummerSlam 2002, and I'm not gonna lie to you, my guy.
I think it's one of them ones, like the individual matches you enjoy. Like,
Do you know what I think it was? The way that The Rock got his ass whooped by Brock Lesnar.
In 2002, yeah, obviously now we're used to, we call it jumpy now. Okay.
You guys did.
But in 2002, yeah, this was rare. It was
in WWE.
In WWE.
Oh, look at it.
like,
Great
what?
leg drop.
Like, if we did a side-by-side of if we were watching this and that Halloween Havoc match at the same time, I bet we could see a lot of similarities in the pace. Like, the way that Eddie controls that match is very similar to this. Like,
It's great as well because, like you say, it's introducing Rey to the fans, so it starts off so fast and explosive. So we know that's what we can expect, and by Kurt slowing it down, it just makes the fans like crave that excitement again, and Kurt's not letting them have it.
well, I'd seen Rey in WCW before this, but I didn't feel anywhere near as strongly as a fan as after I saw this match. This completely, and that's exactly what it's designed to do. And it completely had me as like a huge Rey Mysterio fan from here on out. Like,
Look at this. Top rope. Mysterio. The springboard. That's it. This could do it. The leg drop. It's over. Angle.
Yeah, the movesets on Rey Mysterio. You know what Rey Mysterio used to remind me of? Remember when you do Create a Wrestler?
yeah.
And you just put all the wavy wrestling
All the sick moves, all the high-flying moves.
All the high-flying moves.
100.
But the difference is you would have height and strength there as well.
Kurt Angle's too cold. Kurt Angle's literally like the most complete guy, bro.
Facts. Best Kurt Angle match, in your opinion?
Best Kurt Angle match. I think the Iron Man match with Brock Lesnar.
Amazing.
That's probably one of my favorites. Like,
I think we go in there as
what was the other match he got his brother to be in the ring?
Undertaker. Yeah. Undertaker Survivor Series 2000. Yeah, I think that one. I think obviously you would say WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar.
It's mad to think Kurt Angle had a longer run in TNA than in WWE.
He did, mad. But you know what it is? Obviously, another one that was a classic was his 2 out of 3 falls with Donnie, who we can't say.
Yeah, I remember WWF's cruiserweight division in the late 90s was just guys were finishing matches with choke slams.
Yeah. Taka Michinoku, though. Don't sleep on him.
Oh, he's a great wrestler. Great wrestler.
Yes, sir.
That you ever see that original light heavyweight tournament?
Yeah.
It had like Flash Flanagan and fucking Eric Shelley was in it and all these bum ass wrestlers.
Yeah, not very non-Monclizzy, but boy, damn.
I love the ankle lock.
It's real life. Have you tried it in the street in Shoreditch? listen, you try that in Shincut. Hey, I was buying a drink. Boy.
I hadn't watched any WCW at all.
right.
Like, not at all. Because we didn't even have Sky or anything, so my auntie would like record things onto a blank VHS for us and send them to us in the post.
Tremendous.
So to ask her to record like 2 promotions for something that she had no
that's
interest
true.
in.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I hadn't seen anything.
I want to talk about things that get a lot of tributes. This moment we're about to see here, I don't know if this had ever been done before, but it's been done about 1,000 times since then. Like, this is just. Hey, watch the headbutt. Watch the subtle headbutt accident. Get ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I know the main one I can remember who's attributed to that is Sasha Banks has done a tribute to that moment a couple of times. The first like really famous time she did it was in her big match with Bailey. Oh.
Even these times, he was going through it.
Was he?
Yeah.
So
man was unwell. Man was on his medication thing.
Swear.
Overdoing his medication.
swear, you wouldn't have even felt.
That's it. That's exactly it.
This is mad.
Until the story was told, I would have never known.
Was it obviously from like the amount of bumps he took in the ring?
Yeah, all of that.
Okay.
Coping with it and everything.
He couldn't do that anymore because his knee got broken in it. He stopped doing that.
Do you know? You've mentioned that. Do you know doctors told Ray in 2000, right, that he shouldn't even be jumping off of a curb on the street. That's how shot his knees were.
Actually, wow. And that's 2000.
That's
so.
2000. 2 years before this, they said he should have been done at that point, and now 2022, guy still looks great.
Boy, so if there's one message you can take out of this episode, don't listen to doctors.
To an extent.
To an extent.
And he had his mask on too, because at the end of WCW, he wasn't wearing his mask.
Oh yeah.
Ray's so great how he expresses his emotions despite having the mask as well. Because when I first started, I wrestled under a mask, and I'd watch videos back, and times where I thought I was really emoting, it looked like nothing was happening because you like lose the majority of your facials, and it just makes you realize how much more you need your body language. And the fact that you don't even notice that be a thing with Ray, I never think about not noticing emotions. Just shows how good he is. Picture perfect.
Rey Mysterio was a trippy guy though.
Very.
I think on another level, I think the closest one to him would be The Rock with the Versace shirts. Yeah.
Very. Like what? 2002, 2003.
Oh,
That
back
man
then
knew
looks
their
like
thing
90,
early.
The Rock was 99, 2000.
It's true.
Had a customized The Rock Versace shirt. What? That's what you call real drip guard.
Why is the ref stopping it?
Yeah, I never used to like this ref, to be fair with you.
Jump over him.
Ooh.
Nah, it's funny you mentioned that thing, because that first Google search of Rey Mysterio without his mask, yeah, that was like seeing Bigfoot. It was, you know, it was like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's right. I've got it wrong.
Yeah, he's not on it. Yeah, you know, when he cranks it in, is he gonna grapevine the thing? That grapevine was expensive, you know.
Yeah, it was.
That was VAT. You see, this is This is Montclair original price plus VAT plus now the grapevine is plus shipping, free fast 24-hour delivery. Over. Is this your favorite opening match?
Oh man, this is a great opening match, bro. It's up there. I'd have to really think about it, but it's definitely up there. Brett and Owen from WrestleMania. I just remembered that one. That's great.
So this, like I said, this was like one of my favorite matches ever from my favorite pay-per-view ever. And when I went back and watched it, like once I was wrestling myself, you know, like years later, and I watched the finish, I was just, I was like, wait, what? Like and you will see in a second, you'll probably have the same reaction.
Look at this! Dive for a Hurricane Rana! Angle counter! Ankle lock! The ankle lock is locked in!
The theatrics behind them, and it's like they really make you believe this shit.
Wow, this is it. Like, just taking me back to like watching this when you're like 10, 11, 12 years old. Like,
I think you're trying it up, collapsing on your face. Just collapse.
thinking you can do
Collapse your
this.
sibling.
Oh, this is easy.
Do you know Ray? When he lost his mask in WCW, when they went out of business, he went back to Mexico. He wore his mask and he became a heel because when you lose your mask, you weren't supposed to put it back on again. So he was a heel, so he had to take his mask off because, you know, they were like, what the fuck?
Oh, wow.
So when he came back here and his mask on, Mexico was, they
Livid.
were like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Once you lose your mask, can't put it back on.
Peak. This is your favorite pay-per-view as well. This is Summerslam 02.
This is a really good show.
Yeah, man.
Really, really, really good show.
Goodness.
The match Shawn and Triple H match is excellent.
Listen, if they showed me this match, I'll be in tears. I'll be in tears, you know.
Mad.
But no one remembers it. How interesting is that?
Yeah.
A little slip. Doesn't matter. Like they're both, you know, recover in a heartbeat. They're obviously two of the greatest to ever do it. But, you know, and then he's got him. But I just find it so funny when I watched it back like years later. I was like, what? I had no memory of the slip at all.
But like I think slips like that don't matter in things. I know sometimes people after a match, if they like reverse something, land to feet, but stumble a bit and they're disappointed about it. I'm like, no, it looks so much more real. Because like with wrestling, when things are like too smooth, that almost takes me out of it. Whereas when you have the odd little stumble, it just adds that extra level of realism to me.
I love that. Like, another thing I didn't realize until years later is, you know, Rey got made in that match. Like, everyone thought he was a star after that, but he didn't even win, you know? Wild.
Yeah.
I think the one ankle lock that I saw once, that actually made me think, okay, he broke his ankle. I remember Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah.
Ripped their ass.
Tap out, bro. That's exactly it.
It's my guy, man.
Yeah. Kurt Angle's one of the best.
Team Angle the God.
If his run was longer, I think
Yeah.
he'll get the appreciation that he deserves.
So what did we have? 99 until 2005?
Yeah, 5, 6. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that was about it. Then he cut. Went to TNA, done his thing in Japan as well. Man didn't even want the referee to raise his hand and just walked out.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, the match is done.
My guy.
Another episode of Wresthings House in the books. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it. Show your love on the video by hitting the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you're new here. We'll see you in the next one.